Hello everyone. My name is Pushpinder Kaur and today I will be presenting on risk management related to not-for-profit organization, where we will delve into understanding the risk, its identification and comprehensive guidance to carry out board's oversight responsibilities. Agenda of this presentation will cover the following: understanding of organizational risk, organizational's ethical values, major risk and uncertainties associated with organization, knowledge and experience to supervise risk and appearance of risk on board's agenda. Section 1. Understand risk in not-for-profit organization. In this slide, we will understand that risk can take various forms, but it is simply anything that impairs an organization's capacity to fulfill its goals. Organizations are more likely to regularly fulfill their goals when they have effective methods for detecting and managing risks. Whereas, other schools thought that risk might assist the organization in achieving new goals or improving its capacity to attain existing ones. Both the definitions are valid, hence risk may be threat or potential hurdles to opportunities. Now, we will discuss the type of risks. Compliance risk. It is associated with penalties for non-compliance of regulatory guidelines. External risk. It entails the possibility of becoming obsolete, losing public support and failing to adjust to economic development. Financial risk. It is associated with financial failure of organization based on inaccurate decision and false information. Government risk. It is related to ineffective oversight decision making. Information technology risk. It is occurred when an organization may not deliver consistent service and also lack of security in information. Operational risk. It is associated with related to poor management of human capital and services that are provided by the business. Reputation risk. It is related to the possibility of losing goodwill, respect in the community, and less ability to raise funds. Strategic risk. It is associated with failures in plans and efforts that do not materialize. Section 2. Organizations' ethical values. For not-for-profit organizations to maintain the trust of their members, donors, funding agencies, and other stakeholders, they must have a reputation for honesty. Trust is essential for continued support and effective service delivery. An organization's integrity relies on the ethical behavior of its people, guided by shared values and standards typically outlined in the code of conduct that will help the organization to mitigate risks such as fraud and conflicts. Key risks for an organization include loss of major funding, reduced investment values and income, unsuccessful fundraising and fraud, project or strategic initiative failures, inadequate emergency responses, program irrelevance, excessive cost increases, sexual misconduct or abuse allegations, loss or theft of information, and inability to perform critical technology-dependent functions. Section 3. Major risks and uncertainties for not-for-profit organization. The board's responsibility for risk oversight is to make sure that it prescribes the practices framework for identifying, assessing, and monitoring against risks associated with its activities. Consequently, a high level of risk is associated with this when the board reviews strategic and operational plans, capital projects as well as new programs. This could consist of varying situations such as a substantially increased operating costs, reductions or cancellations to expected grants, different fundraising events underperformance and computer system loss. Section 4. Knowledge and experience to supervise risk management. A board of directors is more successful at risk management when it composed by members who are in tune with potential risks to which an organization might be exposed. It ends up reading at less risk management. The board should master its industry, balanced by necessary professional areas, law and accountancy. Board members' knowledge should be supplemented with continuous training and updates, including director orientation initially. Then what is happening at board meetings may also involve planning sessions, governance or ethics compliance committee, perhaps a risk oversight committee meeting. Section 5. Appearance of risk appear on the board's agenda. Board agendas can be so occupied that it becomes difficult to include the important risk matters. The executive director over the ordering of items on any given meeting agenda only has some control. Having it on the agenda and encouraging debate allows risk to be a part of good governance. The chair plays an important role in risk management by including the agenda and encourage debates. Strategic planning sessions, staff performance and risk reports, resolutions to approve key programs or projects, periodic sessions dedicated to big risks, and in-camera board sessions are all appropriate times for discussing risk at board meetings. This presentation explains the concepts of risk and risk management, detailing how to identify and manage risks, and provides guidance for boards on oversight responsibilities with reference to following three elements: risk, context and policy, managing risk, monitoring and learning. References used in this presentation are below. It's been a pleasure being with all of you today. In case of any doubt or clarification, please feel free to contact at pushpinder.kaur3@student.kpu.ca or comment below. Thank you.